Welcome back to Calamity Janes, the podcast by two sisters fascinated with disaster. Oh, I messed that up. Two anything but plain Janes who talk about disaster, mayhem. What another synonym, Moo?
Calamity.
Calamity. Every week in your ears. You'll notice that this week is starting a little bit differently. We're doing kind of a cold sort of open because it's a different kind of episode. It's been a long week. Big news. Still have a disaster for you, but we got some big news. Madison has passed her bar.
Woo, 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 woo.
Ew, ew, ew. Okay, I need to dub like an air horn over that. That was a pathetic air horn.
I love the effort.
Thank you. That's the key. Effort. Yes.
Effort.
We are celebrating.
That's what this whole podcast is.
Yes, it's just about the effort. Because this week was just such the week that it was, we contemplated not having an episode, but that will not do for our best friends. We love doing this and we love you. And so here we are. Big news. We're celebrating Madison with her big news, her bar pass. And we have two petite disasters for you today. Moo, how do you feel? What are you going to do? You going to Disneyland? Disney World?
I was just talking about how I really want to go to Disney.
Yeah.
I desperately, but then Ryan's like, you can't go to Disney and not ride the roller coasters. I'm like, watch me. I'm pretty sure we've even talked about this on the podcast before. But I just have zero.
Many other things.
The food, the princesses, the villains, so many things.
It's experiential for everyone. They make something for everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Truly.
I will hone my new lawyer skills and try to craft a better argument in my favor.
I think you'll be very effective at that. Somebody else somewhere decided that you're qualified to do that now, even though I knew you always were.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel immense relief over anything else. I am so jazzed it's done and that I do not have to take it again and lose more months of my life to that horrid exam.
Garbage.
So,
garbage, I tell you.
Garbage. Pure flaming garbage. But it's done. And I'm so happy. And I owe it all to my loving family and friends, especially everyone who watched Bonnie while I studied.
True, it took a village, but Moo, you and your brain did it. You're big. Well, it's not as big as mine. I mean, it's not as big as, I was going to say your big brain. And it's a big brain. It's a nice sized brain. But I mean, I think we both know who has the comically large head between the two of us.
Your noggin is large.
Yeah, doesn't make me smarter. Just makes my head bigger.
Oh, that's okay. We still love you.
That's okay. You're the brains of this operation. It makes me Pinky. That's cute. Oh, man.
That's adorable.
Yeah, I could be Pinky.
I kind of feel like Finn is going to be Pinky to Bonnie's brain.
Oh, my God. You can't call my kid Pinky. Oh, my God.
Maybe just how they are right now. Can you imagine
He's a year younger than she is. Of course he's Pinky. Oh my God.
So sorry. Too far.
Okay.
Too far.
You get that one. You get that one because you passed the bar. That's it. That's your only gimme.
This week, Bonnie has started a new thing. Well, not only does she whisper, wow, every time she sees something she loves, she started going, oh no. Whenever anything happens, even anything good. Oh no. It's amazing.
Please send me clips of these, especially the wow. When you first told me that, I envisioned making a compilation like they have of One Exists of Owen Wilson of him saying, wow. Have you seen that out there? Yeah. I really want to now make a Bonnie wow compilation. And now, oh no.
Oh, it's hilarious. And I don't know where this accent is coming from with her, but it's like very Italian. Oh no.
Oh.
It's beautiful.
Very nice. A global baby.
Yeah. She's very
nice.
worldly.
Yes. When she was last in Italy, no one knows.
Who knows? Anyways, that's my Bonnie update for the week.
Well, apparently I'm raising Pinky. So Finn just learned how to spit with his tongue through his gummy mouth.
I saw the video and it was precious.
It's adorable. He's doing it. He practiced in his crib before he went to sleep for like weeks before this, and now he's finally ready to debut his skill in front of everyone.
That's so cute.
It's true. When I think I've told you this, that like we couldn't figure out, Finn was like very playful before bedtime, and we thought, are you not tired? But then he'd like gab himself to sleep. Mm-hmm. And Andrew looked it up, and he's like, sometimes when they learn or they're learning new skills, that's what they do when they go to bed. And I was like, that's the most heartwarming thing I've ever heard. So he has been practicing his raspberries for weeks now, and he finally today debuted them. And I have to say, never been a prouder parent. Never.
Aww.
So cute.
He's worked so hard.
He has worked so hard, my sweet Pinky.
I'm so sorry.
I can't believe you said that, but I'm really going to lean into the nickname because it's adorable.
It's so cute. Okay, we've had a beautiful mom moment, and we should probably get. I mean, not that I would not. I want to hear everything about Finn blowing raspberries.
This is now a mom podcast because children are disasters. Not untrue. Not untrue.
That's the truest.
I know.
Ooh, yeah.
I know.
Anyways.
But on to the real disasters. Madison, let's roll that intro. Okay, Madison. And to our best friends, full disclosure, I am kind of improvising this. I have no script this week, so bear with me if there are a few more filler words, pauses, and Madison, get ready to vamp. Vamp like crazy, okay?
Okay, this is magic in the making. I'm ready.
Truly.
I'm punchy. Let's get to it.
Excellent. So, Madison and I grew up, me more so than Madison, in this little Dallas suburb of Cedar Hill, Texas. We moved when you were like 1 or something. So, Madison, not so much. You get it. Sure. While we were there, however, specifically on October 12th of 1996, let me back up. This is a bad way to start the story. In Cedar Hill, there exists a hill tower, and it's basically one of the most densely packed, the location of some of the most densely packed radio and TV towers in either the United States or like the southern United States. It's like a lot of infrastructure for communication exists in this one suburb.
This like radio center is news to me. I had no idea that existed there. But as you said, I barely existed there. So.
Truly, you barely existed there. And really the only reason I knew it existed there is because on October 12th of 1996, one of those radio towers fell. And it happened when there was a parade, and I was in it with our grandfather. Yes. The story. It's a bizarre story, truly bizarre story. So, the story is these towers are super tall. This one in particular was 1,500 feet, which is 50 feet taller than Sears Tower in Chicago, just for a frame of reference. Very, very tall, these towers.
Oh, that's a lot bigger than I would have thought.
Yes. And something I didn't realize until our dad was in town recently and we went driving around these towers is these giant radio towers come to a point at the bottom. So imagine an upside down pyramid standing on top of that on a big like concrete base. It's bizarre when you actually see it up close. It's like a tapered bottom. So you'd think that there'd be like these big bases for support, no?
I would definitely think so.
No.
I don't understand the mechanics behind this at all.
I know. It's like a little tiny pivot point, and then they're held up by these wires. Yeah.
I only have questions.
I probably don't have answers if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Yeah, so please don't ask them. This is not a question and answer kind of story. Like I said, minimal preparation.
Okay.
Just telling you what I've seen and what I've experienced. So, speaking of those support wires, on that day there were 3 men who were, let me reference my document, repairing an antenna, either adding some or repairing an antenna. However, the wind was super high. The wind caught the machine used to hoist the materials up to the workers, and the device fell, breaking a guy wire, those wires that hold the tower up.
Oh, that's bad.
Yes, because apparently they are so well but delicately balanced that one of those wires snaps and it topples.
Well, they're so tall.
Very.
So much could happen.
Yeah.
Wind, other storms. It's Texas. Inclement weather is
Yes.
like a daily, if not weekly thing.
Not sure if it is the combination of, if the tolerance for these was, there is no follow-up to this as to whether they've changed the tolerance on those to be able to withstand more of those guy wires breaking. But this article says one wire broke. And perhaps that in conjunction with the high winds, this article says between like 13 and 14 miles per hour at ground level, which would have been higher up top, that is all it took for this 1,500-foot tower to fall. And unfortunately, the 3 men working on that tower that day lost their lives. Yes.
That's what you said, 13 to 14 miles per hour at the bottom, at the base?
Yeah.
Oh, that seems like bad engineering.
Yeah, it does. But I have not seen any follow-up as to like how, as far as implications of this story goes, I have not seen anything that would have changed because of this. It's one of those, like, they had their reservations ahead of time about as to whether they should be doing this, and they ignored their gut. They went up and did it, and the conclusion was not the tower was insufficiently supported, but that they shouldn't have been up there doing these repairs to begin with on such a windy day.
But the wire snapped, not because they were up there, but because
the equipment fell because of the wind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So their presence, I mean...
it wasn't their weight. Yeah, it was solely their weight and the wind, with the fact that part of the support was compromised. Yes.
What a horrific way to die. Oh my god.
Yes.
How high up were they at the top? They were partway up where
that is not mentioned in here where they were.
I mean, they were high enough to lose their lives when it fell.
Oh, yes. So. Yeah. They, that is one thing that was specified, is that they had to use power saws to free them from the wreckage.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yes. And Dad says, so that is my sole source for this piece of information, that the tower is
gospel.
that it's still down. The tower is. We drove by it when he was down here and we saw the farm, but we didn't see where the tower had fallen. And this hill is so densely packed that I'm also thinking these guy wires they take up a lot of space next to these towers. So I'm thinking, how did this thing fall and not take another tower down with it, like go over other towers' wires? I don't know. I have no idea. But allegedly it is still down. But the reason...
You didn't do your own investigating to go see?
I did not. It turns out the security around those places is very, very high. And by high, I mean there's a fence. And I am not in fence climbing shape these days. So... And I'm also just a rule follower. If something tells me to keep out, I'm probably going to keep out. So
reach.
Yeah.
I love rules.
Give me boundaries and structure all day, every day.
I love rules more than anything.
More than anything. So no, you won't find me hopping the fence to go see if this tower is actually still down. But the more personal connection, as I alluded to earlier, is that the day that this happened was some festival in Cedar Hill called like Hill Days, or some festival was happening that day, and for reasons
Riveting.
I cannot explain, I was in a car, an old vintage MG that our grandpa had and loved.
Beautiful car.
Gorgeous car, and he loved to tinker and work on it. And this car was in the parade, and I was sitting in this car with him. I was not driving, in case you could. I was like 7 at the time, so I was not driving.
Thanks
just
for
so you
clarifying.
Yeah, just so you know. And it happened while we were in the parade. So, like, everyone heard the sound. And as my dad was telling me this, because I remember being in the parade and kind of a commotion happening, and he said, yeah, you were either right behind or not far behind the first responders, like the fire truck. And so in the middle of this parade, they pieced out. They were like, goodbye, we have an actual emergency. This has been fun. And so the lights were up. They speed off. It literally happened in the middle of this parade. And he says that it was either it was large enough and loud enough, or it was close enough, by probably a combination of the two, that you heard it when it fell.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I had no idea that this happened and that you were such an integral part.
I basically Yeah. I mean, this was my first disaster. Actually, now that I think about it, this is my first disaster.
Is this what did it for you? It was
This
your
could have been it.
disastrous awakening?
I probably didn't realize it at the time. It probably took watching the movie Titanic to see that I really love disasters. Like, am I more enamored with Jack and Rose, or is it the fact that Titanic was just really taken down by that iceberg? I don't know. We'll never know, but
I'm with you. I get it. Yeah, maybe that's why we were so obsessed. Well, it was Leo for you also brought you into Titanic.
Every day, yes. Teen, Tiger Beat. Oh, God, just so much Leo. Yeah.
But that was like your disaster origin was Titanic?
Yes. That I was aware of my obsession with just things gone awry.
Sure.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. Bonus disaster for this particular hilltop full of antennas. Back in 1987, an F-4 Phantom, they were doing a routine training mission, and it flew close enough to these towers that a wing clipped a wire and the plane crashed. The 2 pilots inside successfully ejected, though, so they survived. This tower hill, bad news. Bad news. But for the fact that it facilitates all the communications, like regionally, it's actually pretty good for that.
But why did they fly so close to have that happen?
I don't know. And the article that I found that talked about it, it said it's a training mission, but like someone was buying it. The military owned it, and they said that this was a training mission. Let me see if I can find the exact sentence. 2 Marine Reserve officers flying a $5 million jet fighter crashed into a broadcasting antenna, knocking KZEW-FM off the air minutes before its new owners reached town to inspect their purchase. So it was being purchased?
Weird story.
Yes. I'll be honest, I condensed it because I was like very, very confused by the fact that, wait, it crashed, but it was also being sold. So these people on a training mission, because it is called a routine training mission.
Okay. That's bizarre. I really don't know what to make of that extra information.
The hill is haunted, is what I will say. There's something cursed about that hill. That's it.
That is fascinating.
Yeah.
I have a question.
I don't know that I will be able to answer it, but shoot.
I know. I'm sorry, but I have a question.
Sure.
Why are they called guy wires? I always thought they were called guide wires. And even then, I don't know why.
Yeah. I would have told you the same thing. The only reason I said guy is because it is written that way in the article.
Do you have a guess? Do you have an educated guess?
I have a Google.
Okay. Is it named after a famous scientist named Guy who created them?
Why called guy wires? Dutch ships used guy, G-E-I, as the name of a rope or wire they used to hold the mast or mainsail ready. This is also according to Ancorp.com, so it is a sailing. Oh, but the origin was from the French and Dutch, and their term for the tension wire they used to secure their structures. So it's a historical term.
Is it still spelled
No, it's G-U-I.
Okay.
No. No. It is G-U-I. But the Dutch word is G-E-I.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, well there is your
that's what
vernacular
Google
information
says
for the day.
Yep. There is a little bit of history. Well, I guess these are always historical because we're not actually in the disasters we cover.
Right now.
Right now. Reliving it.
That was really interesting, Bailey. That was good. It was a good, quick, not so lighthearted because people died, so I'm going to have to deduct a few points there.
So
but
sorry.
Overall, a really good disaster.
Yes.
A quick one.
Yeah. Kind of strange that there weren't any other implications.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a word.
Impacts?
Yeah, impacts.
Changes made after the fact?
Yes, that's what I'm looking for, aside from we should have known it was too windy. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, really? One wire snaps and that's what happens?
Yeah, that seems like a faulty way of... I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert, but I feel like we could do it better.
Samesies. But if you are an expert in radio towers and guy wires, hit us up. You know the drill. Email is always in the episode show notes.
Always. And we love hearing from you. And I am looking to do an episode in the near-ish future. If you've got your own quick disaster, send it to us. I would love to do an episode, a compilation of disasters that you guys send us. So if you think it's quick or it's lighthearted or it's horrific and you want to hear someone else talk about it, then send it our way and I will try to find a way to work it in. But I, in my panic and trying to get something ready tonight, was like, this would be the perfect time to go look at all the emails we have. And we love the emails we have gotten.
Every single one.
I didn't have as many disasters to fill an episode as I would have wanted. So if you have any, please send them our way. We would love to read them and include them in a future episode.
Please do. And you know what just occurred to me? If you are an expert and you feel that we cover things incorrectly, wouldn't be offended if you thought it, because it's probably true. But if you feel that, you're an engineer, you're experienced in, you're a pilot, say, please let us know. We would love to have you on as a guest, use you as a resource for our episodes, use your expertise, if you will. Email us. I'm sure in our expansive audience, there's just people clamoring.
Hey, we have a powerful base.
Friendship base.
We, like these radio towers, have a small but sturdy base.
Look at you, Moo.
That was active listening
You
that I did.
are... And you said you were kind of like tired and like low energy. You're with it. You're sharp.
I'm exhausted.
You're sharp. I am the pinky to your
Thank you.
brain. We already said that. We've come full circle.
Yep. We did it. And that's how you know it's time to go.
We did it. That's how you know. We got to end it. We got to end it right now on a high note.
This has been wonderful, Bailey. Thank you so much for pulling through last minute for the lovely disaster.
You bet. You bet. I was just about to sign off by saying, I love you, Moo. Bye. Like it's a phone call. I do love you. I do love you dearly, Moo. But I just normally I don't end a podcast episode by professing my love for you quite like that. But just so you know, dear best friends, I love you. I love my sister. Love for everyone.
I'm not there yet. I'm going to need a little more time.
Ouch. Oh, right. Right in the feels.
Yep. Oh, no.
Oh no. Wow.
Yeah. I will send you a video shortly after of what I captured today. This was lovely. Thank you so much, Bailey. You did great. Thank you, best friends, for listening to us. Hopefully we get some emails, and have a great week, everyone.
Yes. Have a fantastic week, everybody. See you next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Are you going to say you love me?
I love you.
Thank you so
I
much.
love you so much.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.